So, of course, we have to not only talk about what the AI Act is asking us to do, or kind of trying to give us these tips to keep in mind so that we don't get in trouble with the regulators. But also we want to give you some key takeaways to keep in mind as you are assessing the AI Act and how it may be applicable to you or the type of work you're planning to do with this technology. So February 2nd, 2025, a ban on all prohibited AI systems is going in place. So that means if you're using the technology in the top tier, the prohibited risk, then beware that now the AI Act is in place, it's active, and you can be found in breach of this regulation if you're operating the technologies that I mentioned before. And so just again to give insight again to like a little reminder as to what that first tier mentioned. So it's AI systems for social scoring, both for public and private actors. Also AI systems that infer emotions in the workplace and education institutions. AI systems that create or expand facial recognition databases through untargeted scraping of facial images from the internet or closed caption TV footage. A couple of other examples are biometric characterization systems. So this is where you would be using some people's natural kind of data. So meaning their race, the religion, their sex, their sexual orientation, and if you're using that in a way to characterize people is also prohibited under this act. And what are the consequences if you're found in breach of this regulation? It's a fine up to 35 million euros and 7% of the global annual turnover. So why is it good to also do the right thing? Because you'll face a hefty fine. So again, just to reiterate, if you're found in breach of this act, it's a 35 million euro fine, and then on top of that, 7% of your global annual turnover. And one thing that's not mentioned here, I would say, is also reputational risk, right? So I think that's something that's always kind of quite forgotten, but reputational risk is very difficult to gain and easy to lose. So if you're in the media for having been found in breach of this act, better believe you're going to lose a lot more money in the back end. So other dates to keep in mind. So August 2nd, 2025, you have the obligation of general purpose AI models. So this is asking for governance around the models that you use and that they meet a certain criteria. What can you do to prepare? So organizations should start to conduct inventory audits to identify and classify AI systems. So what that means is if you work for a company that you know have deployed AI systems throughout your organization and you have not taken stock of that, this is the time. Take stock of what you have in place, how you're using it, if you have the right governance and all that good stuff. Number 2, perform any gap analysis to align with existing processes with the Act's requirements. So yeah, you might have some documentation in place if you already have some systems deployed. But now, since you have the AI Act already at your fingertips, make sure that it speaks to everything that it requires. And if not, now you have the time to do the appropriate edits to make sure they are in line, or aligned, I should say. And number 3, update contractual agreements to reflect compliance obligations. So this could be both with your your vendor, the company you're dealing with, if you're building it in-house, and you might have other vendors you're working with. But yes, just make sure all the contracts that you have related to the AI that you have deployed also are harmonized with the AI Act. And lastly, on this point on how to prepare is monitor ongoing developments, including forthcoming guidelines and standards to stay informed of compliance expectations. So again, as I mentioned with the enforcement actions, things could change at any time. So please stay on top of this if you feel it affects you now or in the future, because then you'll be that much more prepared and able to align with the requirements instead of being more reactive when you see that something is coming and you're not quite prepared. If you don't have an AI strategy or governance program set up for that, you need to start now. Okay, so fundamentals, start with that part and make your way into the rest of it, setting your requirements. But the time is not to wait until August when the next deadline comes for this. The time is to start planning this out now. And yeah, you should leverage the existing compliance frameworks that you have, such as documentation, transparency, risk assessments under GDPR. But again, now that you have the AI Act at your fingertips, now you have what you need to move forward and try to be as compliant as possible. So thank you for your time. Again, my name is Louis Vargas, representing NFCP. Thank you for Spectre for allowing me to be here today and present on this. And I look forward to talking to everybody again soon.